Hello, I'm Jennifer with Jennifer Decorates, and in today's video I'm going to show you how I transformed a $65 piece from the flea market using Rust-Oleum chalk paint, so stay tuned. It is a gorgeous day outside. I'm so happy to see the sun. I'm going to work on this furniture piece that I got from my daughter-in-law at the flea market. I have never used Rust-Oleum chalk paint, but I'm going to try it out today and see how it does. I'm a huge Rust-Oleum fan though. I love all of their products. So my thought for this piece is to just chalk paint the outside and leave the drawers the wood color and see how that looks. If it doesn't look good, I'll go back and paint the drawers. But hopefully I can make this $65 piece look amazing. Fingers crossed. So I moved the piece into the garage, which you don't want to paint out in the sun because chalk paint dries so quick, it'll just make a mess of everything. I already shop vacuumed and cleaned it out, but quick tip, dust is hard to get out in the little nooks and crannies of furniture. Find a little old brush and then dust out the dirt. It's easy. So I want to darken the drawers a little bit. This is an old piece. I don't, it's been stained. I don't know what they've used on top of it, but I love to use acrylic paint. It dries fast and it's so easy to work with. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna mix a little bit of burnt umber with a little bit of black, and I'm gonna darken this entire drawer. And then when it dries, I'm gonna put a coat of polyurethane over it and we're done. Okay, I've kind of made the paint dark, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to add it more around the edges of the drawer first and then just a little bit on the inside. When you want things to look old and distressed, you always want to make it dark around the edges because that's where through time things get extra dirty. Now don't worry if you have too much of it on, because then what you're going to do is come back with a rag and just kind of wipe it. And just keep working with it until you get it the way you want it. So darkening it with that acrylic paint, I think it just looks a whole lot better. So while I was in the middle of painting it, I thought, you know what would be really cool is if I painted the drawer handles the same color as the chalk paint. So I'm gonna do that. Okay, painting the drawer handles is going to turn out great. It's going to need another coat. Real quick, I wanted to tell you this. When you're darkening furniture and you're using acrylic, be careful when you're painting it to always paint with this grain of the furniture. If you kind of have swirl marks, by the time it dries, it really looks like a hot mess. So here's the great thing. You're using acrylic paint, it's water-based. Wet a rag, wipe it off, and start over. Once it's done, it's going to look kind of dull and boring, but when you add that coat of polyurethane, it comes to life. Okay, now that the chalk paint is done drying, and I did 2 coats, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some sandpaper and just kind of do just around the edges of the furniture to give it a little bit of a stress. You know what I mean? Yeah. And what I love about painting over a wood piece of furniture is that when you go to distress it, that wood tone comes out from under the paint color and it just looks great. So I added 2 coats of polyurethane. Now a lot of people, when they paint with chalk paint, they use wax. I'm terrible at it for some reason, so I stick with polyurethane. One of the things I like about it is when you add that first coat to the chalk paint, it immediately deepens and enriches that color. I love the way this piece turned out. It was easy to do. Thank you for watching. Be sure to subscribe to my channel, and I'll have another video out next week.